The Trees, the Booker Prize 2022, longlisted as well as shortlisted, by Percival Everett. Everett has mastered the movement between unspeakable terror and knockout comedy, says the New York Times. The setting is the rural town of Money, Mississippi, where murders take place, and the plot thickens back to the real racist murder in 1955 of a 14-year-old black youth, Emmett Till. Novel is a powerful condemnation of racism and police violence, if you read that. And actually there's an undercurrent of humor, the way he's put it, subtle humor, that really makes the book a page turner. So I'm going to read a little from the back cover, just for you to understand how interesting the book is. That there are a pair of detectives from the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation. When they arrive, they meet expected resistance from the local sheriff, his deputy, the coroner, and a string of racist white townsfolk. The murders present a puzzle, for at each crime scene there is a second dead body, that of a man who resembles Emmett Till, a young black boy lynched in the same town 65 years before. The detectives suspect that these are killings of retribution, but soon discover that eerily similar murders are taking place all over the country. Something truly strange is afoot. As the bodies pile up, the MBI detectives seek answers from a local root doctor who has been documenting every lynching in the country for years, uncovering a history that refuses to be buried. Now, in this bold, provocative book, Everett takes direct aim at racism and police violence, and does so in a fast-paced style that ensures the reader can't look away. The Tree is an enormously powerful novel of lasting importance. And the ISBN number is 978-1-9143-9121-7. Really, it's readable. You must get it. I found this particularly very interesting, so I'm going to read a few lines from here and there. And the way he has written with undercurrent humor about the dreaded Ku Klux Klan, the American white racist right-wing terrorist and hate group. In the basement of the defunct Bryant General Store, the Reverend Dr. Fondle stood before 10 white men. They all shared the same flinty look. They were almost to a man fat. A tall, extremely skinny man sat by the door. "Okay, let's say the oath," Fondle said. "Together now, standing all. I have done past the yellow dog and stand here a member of the grand invisible empire. I vow to protect the God-given rights of the white race," etc. So then they ended with, "I pledge to follow the letter, the orders of my superior, the Grand Dragon of the majestic order of knights of the Ku Klux Klan, as passed down through the duly elected Grand Kleagle on my chapter. Rocka Rocka Shuba Day, we is the clan of the USA." They sat at Fondle's gesture. "I pronounce this meeting commenced," said the skinny sergeant of arms. "We got ourselves a situation, white brothers," Fondle said. "I'm afraid what we are looking at is a real uprising. 2 of our own brothers lay dead, and a killing is on the goddamn loose. The killer is on the goddamn loose. I seen him close up, scarred up by Satan hisself. So that's all he's describing. "What do we do?" a man in front asked. Fondle looked at all of them in turn. We go back to the old tried and true ways of our KKK forebears. The sacred ways, the ways of fury, fire, and the rope. First, we gonna burn us a great big cross tonight, right out here in Smithson's field, right where all of them black faces in the bottom can see real good. What about them? Police, the thin man in black called out. What the hell are they doing here? The state of Mississippi thinks we're just a bunch of rednecks and can't take care of ourselves or our business, Fondle said. Well, we's just a bunch of rednecks, one of the men said, and the others chuckled. Peckerwood Power, he raised his fist. Shut up now, Donald. Fondle said, I'm thinking on what to do about them detectives. Donald said, we ain't had no elections in this chapter in a long time. How come you still the Grand Kleagle? So this is what I found very amusing. After all that, they're talking about elections. How come you decided you can just camp out in office like that? Other clubs have elections and other people run. Why we ain't had no election? Why is that? That's simple. It's because we ain't had us an election since I was elected, Fondle said. That was 12 years ago, the thin man said. Ain't supposed to be no life term, is it? No, it ain't, from another man. We ain't had no election because we ain't had no good damn meetings, from still another. That's true, Jared, Donald said. Used to be back when my daddy was alive. We had meetings all the time, every week. Elections too, another man said. They were always voting back in them days, right? And they used to have cross burn-ins a lot more and family picnics and softball games and all such, said Donald. I remember eating cake next to that glowing cross. I loved my mama's cake. Yay, several voiced their agreement. We don't do nothing now, a man complained. I don't even know where my hood is. I don't even own a rope. Are you saying you want to have an election now, Fondle asked? Yay, yay, election, they all chanted. No speeches though, Donald said. No speeches, no speeches. I move we have an election for Grand Kleagle of the Money, Mississippi chapter, Donald said. The thin man seconded the motion. In favor, Fondle asked. Aye, from all of them. Opposed? Nothing. The ayes have it, Fondle said. Wait, who's taking minutes? Donald asked. Oh, hell, Donald. You take them, Fondle said. Nobody can read his goddamn scrawl, another said. Just do it, Donald, Jared said. Donald pulled a pen from his pocket. Fondle gave him a little notebook he used for work. I nominate the Reverend Dr. Fondle for Grand Kleagle of the Money, Mississippi chapter of the Supreme Order of Knights of the majestic Ku Klux Klan of these United States of America, Jared said. Second, from the thin man. The others looked back at him. I like to second things, the thin man said. All in favor, Fondle asked. Aye, from them all. Opposed? Nothing. So I found this very interesting. You must read the book. It's really, the mystery and the suspense is very well maintained throughout. So you will enjoy the book, I'm sure.